Last summer in the youth academy challenge save, we had just drawn against Podkazisia in the league. With them having gone down to 10 men in the first half, we didn't win, but at least we were dominant in the league and we had got unbeaten. Since this match, we've now gotten to the youth intake. We've had a successful Champions League campaign so far, but can we get to the quarterfinal of the Champions League for the very first time? And can we stay unbeaten in both the league and the cup? Let's find out together, shall we? The first game we had was in the Champions League against Firenze, and this was a shock to me because I thought we would win. But no, we couldn't win at Faro, and I just don't know how we didn't win. This wasn't even a weak squad either. This was a strong team I put out, and we just had problems with injuries before the game started. And I thought the team I put out would be good enough to win, but apparently not. Davidovic was out injured. Grusecki was out injured, so two good players out, but I didn't think it would cause this much of an issue. And we didn't deserve to win this game, apparently, so there you go. They were good on this day. We just couldn't get the winning goal. Then we went to Real Betis and lost 3-1. Because, of course, we did. I actually took Mario off in this game. I substituted my goalkeeper. Novak came on, actually saved the penalty, but unfortunately the rebound was straight to the striker who scored anyway. And Simon Devsky actually elbowed Ivan Bredebdiba in the face, got sent off and injured their man as well, which was a bit of a shock to me because I did not think that would be the case at all. So that was disappointing. But we still got a top 8 finish in the Champions League, so at least we got something, I suppose? Even if we're absolutely terrible, because of course we are. But still went to our next game and won 3-0, a good comeback from what we did in the Champions League, and something I felt we needed to do better in. Thankfully, because we're not in the Champions League round of 24 this year, we didn't have the extra games. And in fact, I'm just going to show you, we got 4th place in the Champions League, despite dropping 4 points at the end of the campaign. If we'd beaten Firenze and not lost to Real Betis, we could have been top of the whole thing, so yay. To be fair, Real Betis only missed out on goal difference again, so potentially we were lucky. But still, after winning 3-0 in our last league match, we ended up dropping points against Cracovia, drawing 1-1. They had just one shot on target and scored of it. It was disappointing, and we seemed to keep doing this to ourselves, and it's starting to get a bit frustrating. But then we hosted Wilshire and scored 4 past them. 4 different goal scorers, a very comfortable victory. We then went to Jagiellonia and beat them 4-0 as well, which was a bit of a shock to me, because I didn't see this kind of performance coming. I knew we were good, but now we're starting to get a fallback. This was outstanding, even if Davidovic was a bit useless with a 6.5 rating. And then we played Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League round of 16, a team I thought we could win against. And we drew 2-2 in Germany, giving me a lot of confidence that yes, we can go through to the next round of the Champions League and actually potentially get to the quarterfinal for the very first time. Yes, we only got 2 goals and they got 2 goals back, but if we had taken our chances, we would be winning this game every other time. But if we take our chances, we'll be winning this game every other day of the week. And perhaps I should have rotated my goalkeepers, I don't know. But defensively, we were poor. Attacking-wise, we were very, very good indeed. I then completely rotated my squad for the next match against LK's Lutz. We beat them 3-0. We had to bring on some substitutes later on to try and get a better scoreline. It worked. And we were good in this game. So surely, having completely rotated my squad for most part for this match in the Champions League, we can beat Eintracht Frankfurt in the second leg, right? Wrong, because my player decides to get sent off after elbowing his opponent in the face. Yes, that's as sense as I just said. We lost because one of my players decided it was a good idea to elbow his opponent in the face. We took the lead though, and that was giving me a lot of confidence because I know we're good. But once we're down to 10 minutes, like 29 minutes, we just could not come back. We could not recover. And it's just something that went against us, unfortunately. Frankfurt just had the extra man advantage and destroyed us. They should have got more than 2 goals, and we should have lost by more than 2-1 on the night. But it's frustrating to know that we can be very, very good in one leg and then be so poor in the next. And given our home record, having never lost in the Champions League at home this year, this was a shock to the system. I don't know why we lost, apart from this moment of madness from Podolski. And really, I don't know why he's gone for that and decided to try and elbow Kede in the face when he did. Podolski just went and did an elbow. It was needless, it was pointless. We were in control, we were looking like a good team, and we did not need that moment of madness from him. We really didn't. Makes you wonder what could have happened if we didn't get the red card, doesn't it? But there you go. Stupid moment for my best right winger. Completely derailed the rest of the team, unfortunately. I just lost all confidence after that. I really did. At least we won the next game against Podolski 3-1, so there's that. Podolski started to try and make it up to me by getting a brace in this game. Fun fact, 3 other players got suspended for the next game anyway in the Champions League, so I'll be down 4 players in the Champions League next year in the first game, which is great. But enough about that. Podolski, we beat them 3-1. They're not having a good year this year and legitimately could be in a relegation fight, so disappointing to say that's the case for their point of view, but I don't care about their point of view. My point of view is I need to win games. We're winning games now. We've only got the league and cup to talk about. Speaking of the cup, we completely destroyed Arca 4-0 in the quarterfinal of the Puchapolski, where we will be progressing to the semi-final and taking on Legia Warsaw. So a good game here, and a game I rotated for the most part. At least I tried to rotate. I can't remember how much I rotated, to be honest with you, but I feel like I rotated a little bit. But again, I wanted to win this game, so I made sure we won this game. And it was simple as that. They had no shots on goal, and they can't score if they don't have a single shot. Last game we had was against Towarz Wrocław, and we beat them 2-0. They had no shots on target, so even if they had their chances, they weren't doing anything with them. And thankfully, we're still unbeaten in the league, even if we had 2 goal scorers who don't normally score goals. Okay, that's a bit of a lie. Rudolski does score goals quite a few times every now and again, but it's Ernest Kokoschut that doesn't have that many goals. But it's Ernest Kokoschut that doesn't have that many goals, and that's a good response, and it gives me confidence going into the season, and to the end of the year, we could have another unbeaten season again. The unbeaten season is something I've not done 2 times out of 3 years before, but having done it 2 years ago, I want to do it again. The fact we've only lost 1 game in the last 3 years is still mad to me. We have 8 more games to go to make it an unbeaten domestic season for the 2nd time in 3 years. And if we're getting to the point that we can just go unbeaten every single year, then that's great. It just helps our confidence going forward, helps my confidence that I can just rotate my team a little bit more and just give younger players some development as well, which is something I need to start doing more, but it is what it is. But in the cup, we got Legia Warsaw in the Puchapolski, and if we win that, we got a very easy final, it should be. Miasta Lesia and Radom Radon should both be winnable games, and I don't care who they are. They're both not very good this year, in my mind. Even if Radon is in 9th and Lesia is in 11th. As far as I'm concerned, despite the fact they are potentially fighting for European football, they're not on my level. They're not going to be challenging me anytime soon. Champions League, though, I had to look at the quarterfinal to see who I'd be facing if I did beat Frankfurt, and it would have been Real Betis, so there you go. The fact there's only 2 English clubs left in the Champions League is actually interesting. There's more German teams than English. There's 4 German teams left. I didn't realise how many German teams there were left in this competition. That's new. Interesting that's the case, actually. I like that. There's still 4 German teams. Doesn't make me feel as bad about losing to Frankfurt now, really. But okay. There's no PSG at all, so there's that. So who knows what's going to happen here. Unfortunately, Cracovia lost the final in the knockout playoff round in the Europa League, so we were the last Polish team in the round of 16 competition style thing, so this year is not been so good. Gornec Zabrze, who were in the Conference League final a couple years ago, I'm hoping will be in European competition again this year, since they're doing so well in the league, and they're the team that I feel more comfortable about than anything else in European competitions right now. Unfortunately, despite losing our worst year, we've only really upgraded it by 0.2 points, so it's actually our worst year in about 5 years, effectively, or 4 years. And I still can't believe how bad this year's been in terms of coefficients. We needed more teams to do well, and yeah, turns out some teams were just not good enough for Europe, and we're definitely paying the price for this year. I'm hoping that whatever happens in the next 2 years is not going to hurt us coefficients-wise, because we need to have good years again. We're only going to be 0.5 behind Austria, and 1.2 behind Belgium, and 3 behind the Netherlands. I'm hoping we have good years, but we are actually losing our better year compared to the nations above us this year, going forward next season, so that could be a problem if we decide to continue to save for another year. Still, there is one more thing to talk about, and that is our youth intake. I won't say it's amazing, but it's decent. We've got a 4.5 star potential goalkeeper in Kasper Botorowski. I don't think I've said it correctly, the name, but I'm not going to try and figure out if I've said it correct or not, but he looks like he needs a lot of work, but he's resilient and he's unflappable, so I think someone who could definitely improve and develop, I hope. Here's an attacking midfielder who I think could also be a striker or even a winger, and David Grodzinski is inconsistent and injury prone, but is light-hearted and unflappable, so someone who definitely could be a playmaker. I don't know what to do with him really at this point in time. I don't use attacking midfielders, but whatever, he could be useful. At least we've got an out-and-out striker here in the form of Kasper Olejaka, a good striker who doesn't have a lot of pace. I say good striker, that's a lie. He has decent potential, but he's not got a lot of smarts about him. He does anticipate things well, so he could be a good advanced forward in that regards, but he needs more pace. We need to improve his speed and all that stuff, and a load of his mentals, but other than that, I think we can work with this. Mateusz Mleki is another centre-back who needs work, inconsistent, doesn't have a lot of good attributes, honestly, but can play on both feet and can play on both wings. Not sure to make of him, honestly. I think he could be a fullback more than anything else, which is weird to say, but I don't know. There's something about the fullback thing that just seems like it makes more sense. Maybe a defensive fullback, though he'd definitely be a left-sided centre-back or a left-back if I was to go down that route. Ben Frogner, of all people, don't know why a Swede turned up in my youth intake, but I don't particularly care. He isn't amazing, I must say that here now. I know that is obvious. I don't think he's got the best of potential, but I could work with him. But who knows, we might need to work a bit more with him here. Born in 2030 as well, by the way. That's kind of mental we've gone that far into this year, into the save, that 2030 and 2031 is legitimately where we're at now. Isn't it crazy? But yes, I am going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you'll subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. What do you think of the season so far? Have we failed in the Champions League despite getting to the Champions League round of 16 for the second time in 4 years, which is our best ever performance in that regard? Have we failed because we didn't get to the quarter-final of the Champions League? Can we get another unbeaten season? And can we complete the League, Cup and Super Cup triple once again? I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on all of that down below. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.